Hi, welcome to my Radio Shack of 2W0RMR. I thought I'd give you a little tour of my shack, little being the operative word. It's basically in a cupboard, so it's a micro shack. So I'll start with my antenna tuners, which are tucked away in the small cupboard here. So on the top I've got an LDG, which is the AT200 Pro auto tuner, which is in use with the radios at the moment. Then I've got my MFJ969 VersaTuner 2, which tunes my wires and a few other antennas. So I've got those tucked away, and when I don't want to use them I can just shut the door. My computer I've got here is an InWinTrack case. It's home built. It's a Phenom 6 processor, Phenom 2.6 processor, 6-core machine with Windows 7 Ultimate and an Asus motherboard, and the graphics are by ATI. I use the Firewire ATI card to give the monitor sweep as well. That's got a 120GB SSD drive. That's the only drives I use these days, purely because of the speed. Underneath I've got my antenna switches, which are the standard antenna switches which I'm sure you've got in your shacks. So I've got them wired respectively to the radios and the antennas. So if I turn the light off, they're illuminated by these USB lights that you can buy in the cheap shops, Dollar Tree or Poundland if you're in Britain, whichever part of the world you're in. You can buy them on eBay as well, so I can easily switch between radios or antennas just by unplugging it out. Then moving on, I've got my harmonics here. I've got a few Yaesu handsets as well, but they're all boxed up and they're not used at the moment. These are particularly quite good, £30 on eBay. I'm talking little radios.
Frequency mode.
I don't know if you got that, but I'll turn it on again.
Frequency mode.
So they're absolutely great. I've had good reports with those. Then I've got my Altai antenna rotator, which is for my Cushcraft beam up on the roof, which is a 2 in 70. Radio-wise, I've got the Kenwood TS450S with the built-in antenna tuner, and the microphone is the Kenwood MC60. I've got a Yaesu Fox Tango 450, not the Delta version, just the original version, the one you can change the display colours. And I've got the Earth Station, the FT847. These two radios I use in with the Yaesu microphone MD100, and for ease of use I made a little box which I can just switch between the radios, the 450 or the 847. So that's how I use those two radios. The interfaces are by G4ZLP, so that's the Pro, I think that's the Pro Plus. There's another Pro Plus, and there's another audio interface. What they do is they give me cat control, and also they give me the USB audio into the computer, so those are all configured. In the shack I keep CB radio, and I like to listen to the CB radio because I still have a lot of friends who use that, and it is still quite active. This is the new Cobra 29LX EU model, so very nice model, and is ideal for listening to for propagation on 10 meters. I've been in here and the bands just suddenly come up, so just switch the radio on, go up onto 10 meters and listen and have QSOs and have a wild time. Microphone, I've got the MFJ299, which is a great little microphone. I bought this one from America. I couldn't get one in the UK, so this is my second. So the monitor sweeps, I've got 4 monitors, 5 if I include this USB monitor. So monitor 1, I keep these open all the time. It's Winlog32 by G0CUZ for VHF and UHF login, or whatever you want to use it for. I've got Digital Master 780 with its new name, Super Sweeper. So as you can see, the band is dead at the moment. This is on 20 meters. And then for HF, I've got the Ham Radio Deluxe logbook. It's open on the radio screen at the moment. And then on the full screen, I've got the PCC for the 450, which is radio control. So if I turn this, you can see me turning that, it will respectively tune on screen. it's completely functionable. You can tune your radio, do whatever you want to. And then you see I've got Rig Resident, which is a small cat control program for the 847 rather. There's a lack of radio control for that. You can use Ham Radio Deluxe for it, but I like to keep it open on Rig Resident. All these radios are configured for Ham Radio Deluxe. At startup I can just select a radio in its pre-configured way. Then this is a MIMO UM710 monitor. This is plugged into the computer as well. What you're seeing right now is full screen version of Ham Radio Deluxe. So I quite like that in the background if I turn the light off, glowing and giving me my frequency and where I am and what have you. Then I've got my Ascom SE550, which is 4 meters, which I like to use. I talked to some friends on 4 meters. Then we've got the ICOM ICE2820, monitoring the VHF calling channel, and GB7 Charlie Delta, which is the D-Star repeater in Cardiff. Incidentally, I helped install that and configure the software on the Linux side to run the repeater, and that's up and running great. Then we've got the 8900R, which is monitoring GB3WR and Golf Bravo 3 Bravo Charlie. So that's 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 6 meters and 10 meters. Then with all of these radios, I've got wanted the audio coming forward towards me, so I've got a sweep of speakers underneath there. Quite good quality speakers, nice audio tone, so it would be throwing the sound towards me rather than all around the shack. And especially for some of the dual band receive radios, where you can receive 2 frequencies, you normally need to have 2 speakers, so that runs okay. Then power supply wise, I've got the Diamond GSV3000, which is a 25 amp linear power supply, and then the Yaesu FP1030A, which is a 25 amp linear power supply that supplies the radios. I have a few SWR meters and an MFJ 462B multi-mode reader. I think it does Morse code and PSK and RTTY, but of course that's more or less obsolete now. If you don't use a computer, I guess it would be great, because all of these modes simply can be decoded using Ham Radio Deluxe. I got my clock with a retro radio and a few other pieces in here. Most of my stuff I use for ham radio, my workshop I use in another part of the house. I like to just have a nice clean tidy area to sit and do ham radio. I don't like wires, I never have on any of my electronics, so I do my best to hide cables and try and manage the cables all neatly and route the cables nicely so there's no RF. The shack's been running in its current system for about 2 years. I relocated it from another room just purely because I wanted the space, but didn't want to give up all my radios and functions that I do with ham radio. So anyway, that's my shack. As you can see, it's very small, but it's a micro shack. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this shack tour. So this is 2W0RMR signing off and clear with you. So 7-3 and Happy New Year.